Hey guys, and welcome to a new video of us. This is gonna be something special, something new we're gonna introduce to this channel, and we're gonna post frequently some training logs, full training sessions of us. This is gonna be squat related, strength related, mobility related. So we're gonna just film some sessions throughout our training week, and we're gonna share that with you, all of the information, all of our thought process, and some stories behind our training in general. So I'm very excited to introduce these training logs on a frequent basis, and yeah, would love to hear your feedback, some comments, and like the videos if you like this series, and if subscribe if you are new to this and watching this for the first time. So for this session, we did a squat session and a weightlifting session, and you already see me warming up here with some CARs, controlled articular rotations, very important when it comes to warming up for your session. Yeah, you saw me doing knee CARs and ankle CARs here already, where the emphasis is on moving through the full range of motion of knee and ankle rotation, right? And carving out the full range of motion of this joint to really warm it up for the squat. Because if you don't know, during squats, we need, or internal rotation is needed for the knee, ankle dorsiflexion, in this case also ankle eversion is needed. So we're gonna warm that up, or we have to warm that up, those joints, so they are prepared for what's coming on, right? Here you see me doing some squat walks, deep squat walks, and warming up with some deep knee bends. And our thought process here, because it was after the holiday season, this was, I'm not quite sure, was it the first squat training? I think it was the first squat training after, I think, 2 weeks of not squatting heavy. So we decided to not go all in with crazy volume. We decided to do a 7x3, so 7 sets of 3, to get back into the groove. And again, some hip CARs here. So usually I'm gonna do all lower body CARs, hips, knees, and ankles, and some really squat specific warm-up stuff, which I really highly recommend all of you who are into squats in general, because squats are demanding, and the joints need to prepare for the squat. So only warming up with some warm-up sets and jumping straight into the squat is not recommendable from our point of view. So if we go further here into this warm-up, you see now this squat-specific warm-up stuff where I really turn on the tibialis anterior here with some dorsiflexion isometrics on the slant board here to really drive into that deep ankle dorsiflexion, which is necessary in a good warm-up and a good prep for heavy squats. And Leslie is also warming up in the background. Her squat warm-up looks quite similar. She has some different warm-up drills, which we definitely show you soon from time to time as well. She's here in the background, a little bit shy. No, just kidding. Just because of the space issues we still have in our own little home gym, even though we are happy with the equipment we have. It's a great gym, the best investment, and we did in 2021. So can't complain, but yeah, it's still a tiny place where we have to share the room, right? Here you see a very interesting and very nice squat warm-up drill where we focus on the squat itself, but upside down or in a hanging position, and where we engage dorsiflexion again, and also the hip flexors, which are important, especially for the eccentrics, if you can engage the hip flexors in the eccentric. Here you see some kettlebell snatches. I'm not very used to it, as you see me failing some reps from time to time where the kettlebell drops on my forearm. And this is just to get the hip hinge fired up, the drive fired up, and some general upper body, also upper body warm up. So first warm up set here with 40 kilos. I tend to do 3 to 5 warm up sets with 40 kilos first, or with the barbell alone, and just getting into the groove, getting into the squat. Here you see also 70 kilo warm up set. Just putting on more weight on the bar from the front, so you see my technique. I like to squat quite narrow, with my toes pointed out a little bit. My dorsiflexion on the right is a little bit worse than on the left, so my right foot tends to be a little bit more rotated to the outside, as you saw here if you looked at my ankles. So I usually don't go more than 5 reps for the warm-up sets, just to save some energy and just to focus on technique and on my drive. I try to really replicate that so that each rep is the same technique-wise. Obviously, every squat, every rep is different, and different muscles get activated differently each rep. So not every rep is the same, but I try to really have the same drive and have the same activations, and throughout each squat. So here you see already 120 kg. Really focusing on torquing my heels into the ground, and starting with a PPT, and then getting more room for my hips to drop. Really, what's really important here, as you see, the first of my 7 sets with 130 kg, is that I'm not going down with an anterior pelvic tilt. I'm starting with a PPT and then dropping into that hole, so my hip has enough space, or my pelvis gets enough space. So 130 kg, it was RPE 8, I would say. So was okay, but not my best. Obviously, if I hadn't the 2-week pause, I definitely would aim for 135. But here you can see my third set was already looking better. I always need around 2 to 3 sets with the working weight to really feel the groove and feel my hips sufficiently warmed up. Even though I tend to do 4 or 5 warm-up sets, still sometimes not enough for me. Here you'll see the last set. I was really focusing on it, and I think I did well, even though it felt heavy after. This is the last set. I mean, if you are also squatting, 7 sets, 8 sets, 10 sets are quite fatiguing, especially after 2 weeks of not squatting heavy or not having weight on the back. But I was happy with it. You see, I was upright with my upper body. I held the position. Here I was really fighting, and one main cue, which a lot of people forget, is really engaging the lats and pulling the bar down on your traps. That's very important, a little kind of cue here. Now you see our accessory work, just a small circuit with jumps, high box jumps, and some Bulgarian split squats with dumbbells here. The focus really was here. As you see, we stand on Leslie stands on the weight plate to get more depth here, and therefore more quad engagement and more drive from a deeper position out of the hole. If you didn't know, squats and box jumps have a correlation. So the heavier you can squat, the higher you also can jump. Of course, if you're not focusing on jumping, right, then obviously you will jump not as high as someone who focuses on jumps. But there are studies out there that prove that if you're not focused on jump, or jumping at all, and you can squat, let's say 100 kilo, and you compare that to someone who can squat 50 kilos and he also is not jumping, that obviously the one who squats 100 kg can jump higher. So great fact, a great side fact here for you, and you can test that out or as a self-experiment, your jumping height. Would be interesting to know if you already did and also seem to found a correlation between jumping and squat weight. So you can see me doing the Bulgarian split squats and Leslie jumping, and I really love Bulgarian split squats as an accessory work, because unilateral work, even though it's not 100% unilateral exercise, because there is support from the supporting leg, right? You see the drive from the supporting leg into the bench, so it's not 100% unilateral exercise, but the focus is still on the front leg, on the working leg, and there's stability needed. It's great for your knees and just overall great for more glute and quad development. So I really like it. Also jumps, I'm not really doing jumps a lot. I really switch up my accessory work a lot. I'm focusing more on more frequent change to accessory exercise, because I really like a lot of exercise. I'm not the type of guy who sticks to the same accessory work and the same focus on the first exercise for 6 or 8 weeks. I really like a lot of change in my workouts. I also look at each workout differently. So I'm currently trying, the last couple of months, I'm trying to focus on having different kinds of sessions each time I go in a squat session. So every session is different compared to the last session. So if this one was 7 sets of 3, next session will be maybe 10 sets of 2. So I'm really trying this. It's not completely focused on an undulating periodization. If you've never heard of that, we can talk in another training log of an undulating periodization, but I really focus on getting a new stimuli and a new set and rep scheme every time right now, and it works very well for me. So we are already here at the end of our workout. We're focusing on really calming down our nervous system, stretching out, and do some recovery breathing at the end of our workouts all the time. So here, focusing on driving down that sympathetic nervous system, driving down our stress, and activating our parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the main reason behind this recovery and this cool down. So guys, if you enjoyed this training log, and if you enjoyed the voiceover and the talking about our session, leave us a like or subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment, leave us your thoughts, and we're happy to hear all of them. And yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed this as well, also to review our session and my training as well. So stoked on delivering more of that content to you. So have a great day and see you in the next log.